way with the January 2020, which was declared by NOAA in USA the hottest January anytime in the last 140 years. January 2020 was also the most abrupt January in the history of humanity, because from that month, we started a catastrophic journey on this planet into unknown with, I must say, shamefully unprepared health systems. I mean, shameful because the countries that boasted or still boast of nuclear weapons and star wars in order to defend their countries and borders and the people are miserably and desolately brought to knees and led to the cliff to hang on. And this tiny coronavirus, from which they cannot protect their own population, leave alone the border and the countries. And these countries are fighting a war that cannot kill the invisible enemy of few hundred microns. This tiny micron size enemy, having played a guerrilla warfare with us, now is showing further potential to mutate with cruel speed that points to the fatal future that looks dark, almost like a sixth extinction. Indeed, we have been talking about it, about the sixth extinction, for now few decades. But now it does not look far and further. The world is in reality at the introspection of two disasters: health and climate change. The second disaster is not been abrupt till now, but getting more and more close to it because its intensity and annoyingly frequent occurrence is really dreadful. And it has a potential to even become rapid runaway and may result into another sort of pandemic. And that's why in the video I called it Climate 30. Why 30? Because by 2030, if you don't take action, and we have not been really taking any action, there are some sporadic piecemeal action points. And if you don't do that in a collective way, in 2030, we are in for the disaster as painted by IPCC, for which I worked. That's why Climate 30. Nature in this case is giving really a warning. For COVID-19, there was no warning. So thank you to nature for giving that warning. And we now know that early action is critical to face the planetary scale catastrophe. And temperature rise due to the climate change is likely to add to this different cruel dimension of this coronavirus. And we already know or heard now that this coronavirus can mutate. And we don't know, due to the higher temperature, it will mutate faster. There has to be people coming together to negotiate and tackle what is called as this coronavirus or COVID-19. People are unable to come together. Every country has its own strategy. Not only that, every president has his own strategy, which may differ from countries, people to other, and the president. But if at all people come together, thankfully under the United Nations umbrella, then we have to use this common but differentiated responsibility principle to make sure that the poor people get all the health related equipment, the vaccines, the treatment to the poor countries along with their own people. Why? Because those rich countries have got rich because they use their imperial power and took all the natural resources from the poor countries. That's why they got rich. I mean, we all know that from the history books, and nobody can probably refute it. And that's why it was agreed in case of climate change treaty that the developed countries will help the developing countries. The same thing is required to be done within the country and globally for the health related issues. I stop there. There are many other things to be talked about this common but differentiated responsibility. But I think that principle had worked very successfully in some of the global environmental treaties like Ozone Treaty. And there is no reason why it should not work now. Just at the end, I want to say that at present, United Nations General Assembly is debating on their annual event about the challenges that are in front of the world. Everybody talks about their commitment to the climate change. Some people talk about their commitment to the democracy. Nobody has talked about coming together and finding and seeking the solutions for a common cause of saving the humanity from COVID-19. And United Nations also is failing to use its convening power to get the people around and make that happen. There is an urgency, there is a sense of urgency. And now this is not a time to say that we are committed. We should say that we have made a plan and started it. And if at all it has to be by 2030, need to be 40 to 50%, we already achieved 25%. Somebody has to say that, and the next plan for another 25% ready. And the optimism is some of those people are doing it. They are not doing it country-wise or the nation-wise, but they are doing it from their company or business-wise, or they are doing it for the state-wise. And if I'm correct, probably some of the states have already the plans saying that even if USA goes out of the Paris Climate Agreement, we will still